The items you'll receive to be able to take up the Chromebooks is a container where you'll store all the Chromebooks for your homeroom, and then that comes back to us in the Media Center. You'll get storage bags for each student to put their Chromebooks in and seal them up, and you'll have a homeroom list that lists all of the homeroom students along with their Chromebook and charger numbers that are checked out in their name. Your homeroom sheet will have student name listed, the Chromebook number checked out to them, and then you would check off that it is the correct number that they brought in. Their charger number, check off that it is the correct number they brought in. The case is returned, and that would be the colored shell case that freshmen are given. Summer rental is if they have completed the necessary paperwork to rent their Chromebook over the summer. This will be marked. We'll already have it marked with a yes or something. And at this point, it's past the deadline. So if it's blank, that means they have to turn it in. They can't keep it over the summer. And then there's a space over here for notes. So if they happen to have the wrong Chromebook number, they have one, but it's not the right one, please put an asterisk or some other indicator, and over here in the notes, let us know that it's not the correct Chromebook. Same thing with the charger. Other things to make notes about, obviously, these two, we don't have a charger checked out to them. But in order for their Chromebook to actually work, they would obviously have a charger. So this, by human error, we didn't get that checked out to them. So if you could write down the number that they have, and then make a note over here for us regarding that. And then if anything is going on with their case that you feel like you need to make a note, if there's some kind of question you want to make a note, there's a little bit of extra room depending on how long your homeroom is down here at the bottom, and of course you can use the back as well for any questions or concerns. If you'll note them for us to address over the summer, we'll try and take a look at that. So with the freshman Chromebooks, to find this number, it is underneath one of these little kickstand legs. It's this barcode. And then sometimes you have to angle it pretty good to see, but the number is on this one. I know it's hard to see on the video, but it's CB13772, kind of down in that little crevice. So that's the number that will match this. The charger number is this barcode on the side, so it matches the 505 number. Okay, their name should also be written on them, but we don't always go by that because we have had some turned in where students put their own, they had taken a charger and changed out the name themselves. So we always go by the barcode instead of the name. And then again, you would just check off they returned the correct number, they returned the correct charger. The shell case is on here. It does not need to come off. You just want to check that the top and it has a bottom. We have noticed that some students have removed these, so they need to make sure that they are back on. Even if there is a crack of some sort, or if one of these kickstands have fallen off, if they ask if their case is broken, if it's broken to the point that it has to be replaced, it can't be used anymore, then yes, they will have to pay for that. But you would just mark yes or no that they have returned it. If you want to make a note about any damage, please put that over to the side. Once everything is checked off, the student is then ready to put their Chromebook in one of the Ziploc bags that you've been supplied for every student. And we want to make sure that their name is clearly visible. Now, freshmen were able to decorate their cases, so some of them, I'm sure, wrote their names, and some did not. So if their name is not already on here, they need to put their name on. And it could be something as simple as a torn piece of paper and a piece of tape. So that when these are put in the bins, it is so much easier to find their Chromebook during distribution days. So then they're going to just put them in the Ziploc bag along with their charger. And please make sure these are completely sealed. A lot of time, we don't have to worry about it so much with these freshmen about odors getting to all the other Chromebooks in the bin, but a lot of times when we're going through things, the chargers will fall out and other things. So it would just be so much easier if these were already zipped up for us so that everything can stay together. And then this will go into your bin. And once everything is in there, you'll also put this sheet in there as well. This year we're giving underclassmen a couple extra options to turn in their Chromebooks. So starting Friday the 3rd, after that first test, there's going to be a 10-minute homeroom just before that review session. Same thing on the 6th and 7th. So these are just 10 minutes long because there should only be a couple students each day that would be turning them in, and because they only turn them in if they have no tests after that. So if they don't have a 3rd or 4th period test, they could go ahead and turn it in on the 6th. On the 8th is our normal extended homeroom in the afternoon session, so anybody left should be turning their Chromebooks in that day. Thursday morning the 9th, we typically have homeroom before the awards ceremony, so students will complete everything if they've not turned in their Chromebook yet, or if they forgot their charger and they need to bring it in. Hopefully you'll have everything in by Thursday morning, and then we're going to wait to have you return those containers until Friday the 10th, just because we usually have so many straggling students, and then we have to go through all the boxes to find the right homeroom and so on, and it would just be so much easier if you will hold on to those containers this year until that until that work day. We are hoping to get the containers with the bags and your homeroom sheets to you by Thursday, but we are waiting to get those containers in, so it may be a little bit later, hopefully by Friday the latest. If we don't have them to you by Friday, hopefully you don't have a lot coming in on that first day that you would absolutely need the container. So as soon as we can, we will be getting the container to you. If they're not in by Thursday, we'll definitely have the bags and the homeroom list in to you then.